everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to make this video to basically see what's coming for you in the upcoming week. So from February 24th to March 1st. So basically from Monday to Sunday, like what to expect, what's coming for you. And as always, I've prepared these 3 different piles that you can choose for a personalized message. But before I'm gonna get into that, I want to talk about the new moon. So depending where you are in the world, it can happen like on February 23rd, or for some people it's going to like be at its it's going to be the new moon on the 24th of February. So like for example, I'm in Australia, so it's going to happen at 2 in the morning on the 24th, but for some people it's going to occur still on the 23rd, when it's going to hit that new moon phase officially. So it's going to be the new moon in Pisces, and we are in Pisces star sign, so that's kind of 2 Pisces signs going with us. Like that's the energy that's going to be happening for everyone. And the new moon in Pisces is going to affect every zodiac sign, but mostly it's going to have the biggest effect on Pisces and on Virgos. So that's just what's going to happen. But as I said earlier, every star sign will get affected, but those 2 particularly will get the most like full-on effect out of it. So talking about the new moon, it's always a time period when you need to let go of anything that doesn't serve you. Okay, so anything that you've been doing until this new moon and you don't want to continue doing that, like during the new moon phase, you need to like detach, let yourself go, cut the cords, whether it's a person, a job, like whatever it is. You need to cut the cords if that's what you want to do. So then when the moon starts to grow again, you don't have to carry on that past stuff to the new moon phase, if that makes sense. So that's kind of what I always do on the new moon, no matter which new moon it is. Like it's always a time like to let go. So during the new moon period, you not only need to like let go of stuff, but you also like can try and manifest what it is that you want to bring into the new moon phases. Like when it's the new moon, when there's obviously no moon in the sky, it's kind of like a restart period where you can like basically get rid of anything that you want to, but also manifest what you want to bring into the new. It's basically like, it's a powerful energy, same as when it's like full moon. It's kind of the similar concept. But I feel with this particular new moon in Pisces, like I feel it's going to, the message I feel that it's like you need to kind of just go with the flow, like don't make any major changes in your life right now. Like that's what I feel that you need to do, because it can be quite a foggy new moon, like a foggy time, if that even makes sense. So I feel that you need to take it easy and don't do anything major. And also we are still in Mercury retrograde period, so basically don't do anything too big. If that makes sense. So during the new moon period, I also feel that, like if you're single, for example, I feel that you're going to find someone like romantically soon. So that's just kind of what I feel, that there's like some kind of love energy coming into people's lives. So if you've been, really wanting a relationship, you might possibly meet that person during this phase. So without, talking anymore, I'll just get to the point and get to the card selections. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below and I'll try and answer them. But yeah, as always, I'm gonna just go into the piles. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2, and this is pile number 3. So we've got these 3 different beautiful crystals that you can try and that can help you make a decision. But also if you feel drawn more to like one pile, then just go with it, because that's what your intuition is telling you. So you probably need to hear some messages from both piles. There is not one specifically for you. So I'm gonna get started with pile number 1. So if you've chosen pile number 1, this is your reading. So I'm going to get into it and let's have a look what's coming for you in the next week. Okay, so wow, I feel for those of you who chose pile number 1, you're going to have an amazing week, okay? If you've had like the last few weeks have been quite difficult, this is basically going to be an amazing week. It's going to be a turnaround for you. Immediately, I feel the energy that like things are gonna work in your favor. So you're gonna have a lot of good luck behind you, supporting you throughout the week. Yeah, so if you're like trying to do something, like you want to go for something that you've been putting off, and you know that the time is right for you, I feel like it's going to work in your favor and you'll get the outcome that you want to get. So I'll start with the tarot card. So the first card we have is Four of Wands. Okay, and with the Four of Wands, it's all about celebration. It's about getting rewarded. It's about working with other people and like celebrating with other people. So perhaps you've been doing some project with other people, and then like you're going to celebrate together, or this could symbolize a wedding, an anniversary, a birthday, basically any celebration, and it's very positive. Okay, this card is telling us there's something to celebrate. Okay, you might get, you know, randomly like a lot of money. You might get you know, a promotion at work. You might get a new job. This is just basically telling us that something good is coming into your life, and this is like gonna be at the start of the week, because this is like the first card that came through. So I feel like immediately like a lot of changes in the positive direction are gonna happen in your life, and I feel it's gonna like flow naturally. You don't have to try too hard for like to have a good week. It's just going to work out in your favor. Everything will just like, you know, flow nicely and smoothly. The second card we have is the King of Swords. Okay, with the King of Swords, I feel this energy that, you know, if you've been working towards something for a long time, like this is gonna be like the final stage, like once again where you celebrate. So, you know, this could be like finishing a course, finishing studies, or maybe like resigning from your job because you want to like start your own business, for example. Like something that you've been working towards for a long time is going to get to that end stage where you can like, you know, celebrate and be rewarded. It's kind of like an end of a cycle. With the King of Swords, I also feel that you're someone that's kind of you know, confident, has the authority in them, like you can make decisions, you know what you want to do. You're very assertive as well, and you don't let people walk all over you. You're kind of in charge, and people respect you, and people have that respect for you. You know, so this is just basically telling us that you've done all the hard work, and now you can just like sit and relax, and good things are just gonna continue to happen. Like you won't have to deal with any major disturbances, or like if something does little happen that's like kind of negative, you're gonna be able to handle it pretty well. And it won't really stress you out because you'll just know exactly what you need to do. So this is really positive, you guys. Like it's going to be a good week. Then we've got Ace of Wands. Okay, so with the Ace of Wands, it's interesting because we've got the King of Swords followed by the Ace of Wands. So after you complete this cycle and like finish whatever it is that you were trying to do, like if you complete a task, you're going to start setting new goals for you immediately. Okay, you're going to want to improve yourself, and this is really positive that you guys don't just like sit and like just be like, okay, life is good, I can like, you know, give up now, like I've done all the hard work. You're someone that's going to want more. Okay, you want to keep improving yourself, your situation. If you have a good income, you're gonna want that little bit extra. You know, you're someone that's very passionate and has like the determination and motivation to go forward. So I feel like something new is going to happen, like some new passion, some new energy. Like you're going to basically want to create something new. And I feel this is also kind of like being creative. You're going to be quite creative, like with the, you know, like music, art, basically I feel like it's going to be a creative idea. Maybe like I see for some of you, you're going to start writing a book. You know, this is just what's coming through. And yeah, I feel like you're going to be really happy that you started this new project, or you're gonna have something to work towards, because sometimes if we accomplish a goal, then we can get a bit lost, like, okay, I've done that, what do I do now? But this is telling us that you're going to know exactly what the next step is for you, which is quite positive. The next card is take time out to breathe out. Okay, so we've got the moon card. So also, this is like reminding you that, you know, despite you being so successful and like finishing all this, celebrating and starting something new, it's okay to pause for a little bit. You don't have to be so hard on yourself. And you know, maybe you are putting very high expectations on yourself, and kind of checking with yourself if they are being realistic, if you can actually meet them. Because perhaps, you know, you did have really unrealistic expectations, but you met them. But maybe it took a lot out of you. Maybe you got really exhausted, really tired, you got sick, you know, whatever it may be. You know, your maybe personal life fell apart because you were so focused on work, and vice versa. You were focused on like keeping harmony, and that was maybe your goal, to like start a family and like find the one, and maybe like, you know, that kind of stuff. But maybe like your work fell apart. So like this is telling us that, you know, maybe you can relax a little bit as well. Like it's good to make the new goals and you know, have new passions, but don't be so hard on yourself. Like maybe stretch out your timeline a little bit so you don't feel like you have to do everything straight away. It's okay to, you know, reward yourself and like relax a little bit. The next card we have is new moon in Taurus. Prosperity lies ahead. Okay, so this is telling us that financially you guys are going to be really doing well this week or next week, whenever you watch this. So, you know, if you've been worried about paying for something, or you know, maybe you've been worried that, I don't know, you haven't saved enough for something, or that, you know, yeah, like if you have any kind of financial worries, this card is just reassuring you that the money is going to come even if you don't have it. But I feel like for a lot of you, you already have a lot of money. Okay, you have the savings, you've prepared for this, okay? And you know, I just feel like money is not going to be an issue this week. And if you are worried about money, this is kind of telling you that it's okay to like relax, because you will have enough to pay for what you need to pay, basically. The next card we have is another full moon. Oh no, we had the new moon and now it's the full moon. So it's the full moon in Capricorn. Okay, and it's saying the end of a tough cycle approaches. So like I said, this week is all about celebration, about victory, okay, about being really proud of yourself and patting yourself on the back and be like, well done, you know, I've done this, I did this. So, you know, maybe it was a really difficult journey to get to this stage. So this is like saying that, you know, the rewards are coming. You don't have to worry, because you've done all the hard work, and the end of the tough cycle is ending. So something new can begin. Like we've got this, you know, a new start of some sort as well. So this is really reassuring, and this is quite positive, okay, that like if there is something bad going on in your life, like it's ending, okay? It's ending. It's going to get resolved this week. The next card we have is Two of Forces, the Willow card. Okay, so once again with this card, I feel, you know, you're balanced. You found the balance in life, okay? You're not black and white anymore. You know what you need to do. You're looking after yourself. You're connecting with nature. You know, I really feel a strong sense of like nature. Maybe you're you know, a bit psychic yourself. Like you have that intuition. You have, you know, you're always like on the lookout for any signs from spirit. And I feel like perhaps that, you know, this victory is something regarding like nature, something regarding like a nice peaceful environment. So for some people, this may mean like you might be moving into a new house, and that's somewhere in the country where it's nice and peaceful. For other people, it can mean like, you know, you found that connection between like yourself and the universe, and you're very appreciative of things around you, and things are flowing nicely. Okay, we've got the river here, this tree that's shining, this bird is flying above this tree. So, you know, you found your wings and you're basically striving. Things are going really good for you. The next card we have is 8 of Keys. Okay, we've got the Master. Okay, so let me show you the card. So with this card, I feel that, you know, you have mastered a skill, okay? You have come full circle from beginner, from being someone that doesn't know what they're doing, to actually mastering your craft, okay? So I feel like this is a lot to do with, you know, like jobs as well, but also like personal life, that you kind of like got out of that hardship and you just found exactly, like, you found the right key to the door, to the right door, and it just fit, and it's like working out for you. Okay, so I feel like you're someone that doesn't really need help from other people, that you've got it figured out. But I also feel I need to remind you that, you know, even though you're someone that, like, you know, is comfortable and you know, you're comfortable with where you are in life right now, this is also saying that it's still okay to, you know, like get a little help from someone else, or maybe just like talking to a friend and like sharing what you've accomplished, and like maybe sharing some worries, or, you know, processing how hard it was to get to where you are. You know, like I feel like you might still need someone to like share it with, to talk about with this. The next card we have is the King of Keys. Okay, the King of Keys. So I feel that, you know, okay, so on this picture we see a castle in the background. Okay, there's a lot of nature around, and there's this king sitting very proudly on a horse, and, you know, the horse isn't like running or anything. It's like the horse looks like he's standing or like walking really slowly, and the king is just like enjoying the ride, like he's just like sitting up proud and just like taking it easy. And I feel like that's what you need to do. You need to like slow down and just like appreciate what you've accomplished. Like, don't run into another project straight away. Like, take time to like breathe and like process everything that's going on, because you are the king right now. Okay, you have accomplished what you wanted to accomplish, or if you're still hoping to accomplish something, like next week is going to be the week where you accomplish that particular thing. The last card that came through for you guys is the Pride card. Okay, so this is a reminder that despite you being in a really good place, don't feel like, you know, you can put other people down, or like, you know, don't get the pride get in your head, like gonna get the fame in your head. Like, you're not, like, I'm very happy for you. Okay, this is really positive reading, but this is like a card that's telling us that, you know, you still need to be a kind person, and you need to you know, just don't like put yourself up too much. Like, don't so like it can turn toxic. That's what I'm feeling. Like, so, like, you've accomplished a lot, but I feel you're still like human, and like you're not someone superior that can like boss other people around, or like be harsh to other people now because you've accomplished this thing. So this is kind of like a warning saying that, like, you know, you can be proud of what you accomplished, like go celebrate, but be careful that you don't turn into someone that's quite negative from this victory and celebration. So that was your reading, group number 1, and I'm going to go into group number 2. Okay, group number 2, if you chose the lapis lazuli crystal, and group number 2, this is your reading. So let's have a look what's in store for you. Okay, completely different energy from the previous group. Okay, let me just get into it and like talk about what I'm getting from this reading. So first I'll start with the like basically first card, but the energy overall feels a little bit heavy, and I'll like get to it and I'll explain it as we go. So the first card you have is the High Priestess, okay? So this is someone that needs to tune into themselves. Okay, if you're the person that I keep telling every week to figure out what you want to do with your life, figure out your goals, and you still haven't. Like, this is like basically telling you once again that you need to figure out what you want to do. Like, don't put it off anymore, and don't ask other people what you should do, because no one else knows what you need to do other than you. Okay, you have the answers inside of you. This is basically saying what you're trying to get from life right now is not on the outside, it's within you. So you need to tune into yourself. But as I'm saying this, I also, like, overall with what other cards came through, I feel this is kind of a warning as well, because maybe you've been isolating yourself too much. Okay, you took it to the extremes, but you still haven't, like, healthily tuned into yourself. Like, you've done it, like, you know, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. So that's kind of what I'm saying. I feel perhaps you kind of, you know, you just feel really lonely right now, rather than actually using the alone time to figure out and motivate yourself to go forward. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Okay, so the second card we have is the Magician. So the Magician, and I feel we had this like last week in this group, I'm not sure, but the Magician came not long ago as well. So the Magician is saying that it's in your hands, okay? Whatever the situation is that you're dealing with right now, it's in your hands, okay? You're not stuck anywhere, you're not trapped anywhere. You have a free will, you have options, okay? You have decisions you need to make, and that's what I keep feeling, that you're just putting stuff off and it's just piling on top of you. And you really need to start making decisions. You need to decide which way you want to go and start going that way. Like, stop putting it off because you're not moving. And the next card we have is the Chariot card, okay? That's basically about forward movement, okay? This is a very, like, clear message saying that you need to go forward, okay? So stop being stuck in one place. Like, you have it in you to move forward, okay? Whether it is like you need to leave some people or some situations behind, like you need to quit something, or whether this just means like mentally in your mind you need to have a goal that you want to work towards, so you can start moving forward in that way, if that makes sense. So this is just basically urging you that, you know, you need to make that step forward. And like, you know, I feel like you might be a bit confused and you don't know which way forward to go, because you've got different options and like you still haven't decided which way you want to go. So if that's like the case, don't just go into like random one. Go back to the first card and tune into yourself and like tune inwards and see which way your heart is telling you to go, okay? Because deep down you know, but sometimes we block it because we are scared, or we don't trust our gut instinct. So we're like, oh yeah, I don't know which way to go. So we put everything on hold. Okay, the next card we have is the full moon in Aries, okay? So I feel that things, I don't know, with this card I feel that things might be a bit like getting heated up a little bit. Like, I feel that you're overworking yourself without actually working towards anything. I don't know if that even makes sense, but that's like what I'm feeling and what I'm like getting, like the message that you're basically running a marathon, but rather than actually running, you're just like going in circles. So you're running, you're exhausted because you keep on running, but you're like going in circles, you're not actually going anywhere. Like, that's what I just get from this card immediately, that you're just not progressing anywhere that you need to progress. Okay, the next card we have is bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. Okay, so always come from a loving place. I feel some kind of like deep depression with like this spread overall. Maybe you're someone that struggled with depression in the past, maybe you're struggling with it now, or maybe like you just feel sad and isolated and just unable to make a decision to go forward. So this is just saying that, loving yourself is the first step. Okay, don't self-sabotage. Make sure that you're you know, doing all the right things for your body and for your mind to stay connected and stay on task, okay, so you don't like fall apart. But I also feel that, you know, you have people in your life around you who love you deeply, and perhaps right now you can't see it. So try and bring that love into your life right now. So like reach out to friends and family and just ask them to spend time with you, or like, you know, go to a movie with like a friend or anyone. You know, I just feel like you need to connect to people as well. And that's probably gonna help you figure out what you want to do with your life. So that's going to actually help you. The next card we have is work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Okay, that's another new moon. So you've had the full moon and then 2 new moon cards, which is quite powerful energy, okay? But it's also contradicting one another, okay, from one extreme to another. So that's perhaps something that you're doing with your life right now. You're going from one extreme to another. So working through your fears, okay? So, you know, we become strong when we feel the fear, but we do things anyway, okay? We are scared to, I don't know, we are scared to start something new. We are scared to trust someone or like let some person into our life because we don't know if they're gonna hurt us or not. But you know, we feel that fear, but we don't let it define us. We still do it. We still, you know, go out. We still try and meet new people. We still, you know, show up at work. You know, life kind of keeps going on. And if you just like let the fear take over your life, that's going to result in being stuck and you're not gonna move forward, okay? So this is telling you that even though you have fears, they are valid. I'm not saying they are not, okay? Your body is telling you that it's scared of something, okay? And that's something that you need to listen to. But, you know, think about it, like how much of this fear do I actually need to fear, and like does this fear need to prevent me from doing something, or should I, you know, go ahead with it anyway despite being afraid of it? The next card we have is Archangel Gabriel, okay? So that's all about your sacral chakra, okay? So I feel that your creativity, your sexuality, your passions, your, you know, like who you are outside, like how other people view you, like that's all been kind of like thrown out of balance, okay? And I feel like you've been isolating yourself a lot. So, you know, this is like telling you that other people might think that you want them to back off, so that's why they backed off, you know? So you need to tell them that you want to reconnect with other people as well. So this is kind of what I feel with this card, and you need to really like focus on your like, you know, your breathing and like just meditating, listening to like motivational podcasts. I feel you need to break this darkness in some way, okay? That's what's coming through. The next card we have is the Scribble card. So I feel that, okay, this is like kind of the same message like over again. You know, we see someone here writing something, but they keep like throwing it out. There's like a bunch of papers like on the floor, and like this person is like writing a new one, okay? They don't know what they want and they keep changing their mind. But then on the other table there's like a group of, I don't know if you can see this card, there's like 3 different guys sitting together and like writing together. So I feel you need to connect to other people, as I said earlier. But I feel that if you, once you like decide which way you want to go, don't let the fear question your decision. You know what I mean? Like if you've already decided, like, I don't know, you know, you want to do something, and then you've committed to that, and then you said yes to people, and then on the last minute you say you cancel plans. Okay, if you've already committed, if you've already written it down and yes, I'm doing it, the universe is telling you like go with it because you've already made that decision, you know? So this is to help you come out of yourself, come out of your shell, okay? You can always like, once you show up and like you're like, okay, this is not for me, I'm not ready for this, you can always leave. But I feel the universe is saying give it a go and don't question yourself so much. The next card we have is clearing the way. So we see, you know, a carriage, a woman, and and then there's a house in the background and they're trying to get to the house, but a tree has fallen on the road and is blocking the way. And I feel that the tree blocking your way is actually your own mind. It's like you're creating obstacles that are not there. And I'm not saying you're doing it on purpose, you don't even realize you're doing it, but I feel that you know, there's a destination you want to get to, but you keep putting blocks in the way because you're scared if you're gonna make it, you're scared if it's the right choice, so you keep like throwing obstacles your way that blocks your way, which prevents you from actually going forward. Okay, this is like a clear message overall, like through the whole reading. And the last card we have is, of course, self-sabotage. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Don't self-sabotage. Okay, learn to love yourself, because you need to take care of your body, of your health. You need to be okay. And if you keep sabotaging yourself, perhaps you're doing it for the fear, like you don't want other people to hurt you, so you hurt yourself instead, or like, you put the blocks in the way that prevent you from getting where you need to get. So this is just saying, like, try a week, okay, to go without self-sabotaging and just like saying yes to things and just going with the flow. Don't let your mind say no, or like trick you, or like change your mind about things later, because that's like self-sabotaging. Like you want to go somewhere, but then you're like, oh no, actually they don't like me, no one's gonna notice if I don't show up. Like you start to think, and then you like start to self-sabotage, and then you actually change your plans according to what your mind is telling you. So like, don't listen to all your thoughts that you have, okay? Rather focus on your gut and what your gut is telling you, and just like really look after yourself and reach out to people if you need that extra help and if you need that extra support. So group number 2, this was your reading, and I hope that it makes sense and it gives you some idea of what you need to do. So I'm gonna move on to group number 3. Okay, group number 3, this is your reading. So let's get into it and see what's in store for you. Okay, there's quite a few things going on for you guys. So I'm just gonna get started and explain what I'm feeling with each card, and let's see what happens. So like overall, I feel that there's going to be a few different things that you need to focus on, or that you need to expect. But the first card that came through is 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel that if you're, struggling financially right now, or like struggling in any way, I feel there's going to be this person who's going to come and they're going to help you sort through this stuff. Okay, so if there's something going on in your life, and you've asked for help, like the help is going to come next week. I also feel that this could be, some kind of like I feel like it's going to come from a female. Okay, like some female is going to come and help you. And I also feel for some people this may mean that like you're someone that perhaps wanted to like donate something like clothes to some charity and things like that, and you've been thinking about it. I feel like next week is going to be the week where you actually do it. I feel like you might even volunteer somewhere. So with this card, I feel about like charity, or like someone helping someone else in whatever way that may be. Okay, helping someone or receiving help. That kind of energy is coming through the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, and it's a very kind energy. Like it's like you can receive the help if you're the one on like the receiving end. Like don't fight it, don't feel bad about it, because people genuinely want to help you, and it helps them as well to feel that they've done something good in the world. So like don't feel bad about receiving any kind of help. I feel like this could be regarding like maybe seeing a therapist, or any kind of doctor, healer, going to a psychic for like some kind of spiritual help to see what's happening with your life. Or this could also be, like someone stepping in, like a family member, like maybe your parent is going to show up in your life and it's going to try and help you through whatever like you're struggling with right now. that kind of energy. Then we've got the World card. Okay, with the World card, I feel that things are, you're going to feel a lot better. I feel like halfway through the week next week, where you truly like receive this gift that is coming your way. Okay, and I feel that also, I feel like you're going to have like a huge weight lifted off your shoulders. You're going to feel free and happy and carefree. You're going to have like, your imagination is going to like work, and like I see you spending time in nature, doing something creative, spending time with animals, that kind of like healing stuff, but also like really rewarding stuff as well. But something that like you're going to feel good, and then you do stuff and it's going to make you feel even better, if that makes sense. And I feel you're just like receiving some kind of good news. So if you've been waiting for some good news, it's coming next week, like halfway through the week, I feel. The good news is going to come with some positive outcome that you've been waiting for. The next card we have is the Knight of Cups. So with the Knight of Cups, I feel immediately romance. Okay, I feel your love life is going to, I feel like towards the end of the week now, is going to really like take action forward. Okay, so for some of you, you might be proposed to. Maybe you're getting married. Okay, this could be symbolizing a wedding that's going to happen. This could also be, someone like, I feel someone taking a big step forward, like going into the unknown perhaps as well. Like not being afraid of like change, of like commitment. That's what I feel like. You're really going to go forward in some way in your life right now. And I feel like, this is going to be influenced by, a male energy. I feel, for a lot of you, this is regarding love life and like marriage and like that kind of stuff. But I also feel that, you're just going to be rising despite the struggles. Like we see this knight on a broomstick flying, and he's not particularly flying high. Like he's close to the water. Okay, his feet are almost touching the ocean, and there's like, it looks like a shark underneath him. Okay, so there is a risk of falling into the water, but this guy is just like really happy. Like his facial expression is like really happy. He's like, I'm going forward, I'm gonna make this happen, despite the stuff underneath, like the shark waiting to attack. Like you're going to just be like, yep, I'm going forward and I'm gonna do this. Okay, so that's the kind of energy I feel here for next week. Now we've got believe in the impossible, blue moon. Okay, so this is basically symbolizing everything I've already talked about. Like it's summarizing it, like receiving some extra help, like good news. Maybe you didn't believe the good news could come, but it's coming. And like also like going forward, like into positive movement despite the struggles, like or the possible way of things going wrong. Like it's all just going to work out for you in the end. Like I feel it's going to go in your favor. So even though it may not seem like it right now, you're like, how is my next week gonna be positive when everything is going wrong? This is saying that it's going to turn around and it's going to work out in the end. Okay, it may not be perfect, okay, but there is no such thing as perfect. But maybe you put too high expectations on this situation or on yourself or whatever it is that's happening in your life. But this is saying that it's still going to happen, and it's going to happen in a way that's good for you. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be positive. Then we've got don't let your past hold you back. Okay, this is really important card, like overall. Like whatever has happened in the past of someone's like life, it doesn't mean that it's going to continue to repeat itself. Okay, we can break patterns. We are not, we are humans. We have choices we can make. We have free will. We can say no, we can say yes. We can decide what we want to do with our lives. So if some kind of negative pattern has been going on in your life in the past, it doesn't mean it's going to continue to repeat itself, because I feel like you have grown as a person, and a lot of bad stuff has happened to you, but it doesn't mean like you're cursed or anything like that. Okay, this is saying that good things can still come to you. So don't compare your life currently to your like life like in the past, like maybe a week ago, a month ago, years ago, you know, whatever it is that you're like thinking about, like just because it didn't work out maybe once in the past, it doesn't mean like it's gonna not work out again, because it will work out. That's what I'm saying. The next card we have is first quarter moon. Your commitment is being tested. Okay, your commitment is being tested. Okay, so if there's been things thrown your way right now, I feel that, you know, universe is kind of just like testing you a little bit. Like, it's not that, yeah, okay, how do I explain this? It's not that the universe hates you and wants you to be miserable and sad and cry about stuff, but it's like really like putting this stuff into your life right now to see how you cope with it, how you manage it, and how you handle the situation. And if like obstacles are gonna affect your decisions, you know what I mean? Like if you decide like you wanna, I don't know, like you wanna go on a holiday overseas, for example, and like, I don't know, and then you hear of someone, like you've already booked the holiday and someone comes to you and is like, oh yeah, I went to that same country in the past for a holiday and I had a miserable time. Okay, and you're being tested. Are you gonna go because you thought it was an amazing holiday and you already booked it and you were excited about? Or are you going to listen to this person who went for the same holiday but had a bad experience? You know, it's like you're being tested whether you're still going to stick with your original plan despite this thing happening, like this negative, you know, I feel there's gonna be some kind of little something going into your way, like something that's gonna throw you off balance a little bit. But it's just making sure that you need to really, you know, you need to know that what you wanted to do was 100%. Like if you weren't 100% committed, like things are gonna go wrong to make you decide if you're 100% committed or not. Okay, that's the kind of energy I feel. So the next card we have is setting your goals. Okay, and setting your course and setting like your future, your dreams. Okay, so we have this guy here on a ship, okay, and he's like looking ahead and he's figuring out whether that's the destination he wants to go to. And I was just like kind of talking about the example with the holiday. Okay, so you know, the sky is beautiful. It doesn't look like the ocean like has any, like there's no storm happening. There's a beautiful rainbow, that things are going good, but this person is on the ship and it's like double checking if like, yeah, am I good to go forward? Like I'm triple checking, like should I go forward with this? Okay, and this is perhaps your energy, like questioning, you know, questioning your own choices. Like self-doubt is like came into your way and that like caused a few issues maybe. You know, so this is just saying like once you're sure that like you want to go ahead, don't keep asking yourself the same question over and over if you already have an answer to it. Okay, so yeah, that's what I kind of feel with this. And also like, you know, like with the commitment card, like once you commit, this is saying like it is good to, you know, plan ahead and look if the like if you're safe and if like it's safe to go forward, but like don't overdo it. The next card we have is views of the ego, 4 of Roses. Okay, so with this card, I feel that, you know, I feel that you're, perhaps you have like a few different personalities depending on who you're around, and like this is like you being unsure about something. Like I just feel like that's what I'm being shown here with this card. Like, you know, the same person but like different like opinions depending on the time of the day or like who you're around, that kind of stuff. And I feel like you need to let that go. You need to be one true authentic self. Okay, don't adapt to people, don't adapt to situations to please other people. It's not doing you any good. And I also feel that you need to, you know, like it's good to realize that you're doing that, and it's important for you to just, I don't know, like really look inside of yourself and like bring out the most authentic self. okay? Whether it's some, like, maybe your true authentic self is being overly sensitive, okay, and crying a lot and worrying a lot, okay? But that is better than being someone who is fake confident, okay? So bring out your true self, and then, like, if you need help, you can ask for it all the time. Just don't try to be anyone that you're not. That's what I personally get from this card in this reading in particular. Okay, next we have the light of the world. Okay, so I feel that you're too proud to ask for help. You're too proud to, I don't know, maybe like you're not even aware. Okay, so here we see someone in a house who is just like in their own world, not paying attention to the outside world, despite the window being like wide open. The person is inside and doesn't even like look outside. He's like looking down at his cat. Okay, and then we have this elderly person. He looks like some kind of saint, like someone who grants your wishes. He's standing outside the door and he's knocking on the door and he's holding a lantern. Okay, so he's someone that brings light into your life. Okay, someone who wants to come in and help you, someone who wants to step in and help you resolve things. But, this person on the inside, which I feel is you, is just like, I want to pretend that this issue doesn't exist because it's like easier to do it that way rather than actually accept the situation and then do things accordingly to get out of that, if that makes sense. Because there is a way out, okay, and there is the opportunity knocking on the door saying, hey, I can come and help you. Like, the world isn't going against you, things are going good for you, but maybe you're like too scared to like accept the reality. You know what I mean? That's what I feel here. And then the last card we have is take off your mask. Okay, so as the last three cards kind of suggested, you need to be your authentic self and don't pretend to be anyone that you're not. Okay, and if you need help, you can ask for it. Ask your friends, ask family, ask them if they are willing to listen to you or help you out. Do anything. Yeah, and like here we see some like lady in a wedding dress, like it looks like a wedding dress. Then there's like ballerina shoes hanging on top of the card, and then she's holding a mask of a cat. So, I feel like a few different things going on. Are you the lady in the wedding dress? Are you the person behind the cat mask? Like, are you pretending to be someone that you're not? Or like, are you the ballerina? I just feel like you need to figure out who you are. You can be all of these three things, but you need to make it in a way that's like flowing. Don't be one, like, some people can be one day, okay, today I'm going to be the mother and I'm just not gonna worry about work, about money, about my husband. I'm just gonna be mother to my kids. You know what I mean? So you basically put everything else aside, but you're focused on your kids. The next day you might put your kids aside and just be a partner, a wife, okay? And you're just with your partner. The next day you might put that aside and completely forget about the fact that you have a family, and you just be like, okay, I'm gonna be the best worker in my place, or I'm gonna be the best businessman. You need to find a way to make all this work and be balanced. So that's what I feel. And like, you need to be authentic with yourself and take off your mask and face the reality, and then it's going to work out. Okay, the impossible is going to happen. Believe in the impossible. It's going to work out, but you need to stop being so stubborn and accept where things are right now, because the help is coming. The help has been shown here multiple times. You are gonna be happy, positive movement forward, but I feel like later on, like, you're also like someone that likes to be proud and worry too much and overthink everything and pretend the problem doesn't exist. So that's the overall reading for group number 3. So I hope that it made sense, and yeah, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.